Oh hey, so I wrote a poem a while ago called Your Summery Rays, which you can watch over here with just a click of the link. For the most part, it's a happy, feel-good poem about a friend of mine. It just takes an abruptly sad turn towards the end. And this is because, well, this poem is kind of about me friend-zoning someone, which is something I never thought I'd do. And it was an interesting experience. Let me set the scene for you. So, once upon a time, I had this friend, and I thought this friend was pretty cool. They had this absurdly comedic way of telling stories that I really appreciated, and I always enjoyed listening to the silly, whimsical tales they had to tell. They did reckless things like speak up in crowds, stay out late after dark, and other things I never did. They stood up for what they believed in, and really put their all into the things they cared about. They were like the complete opposite of me. I mean, at the time, I was a timid, subdued, anxious, overly self-conscious, meek wimp of a human, scared of my own shadow. And now, I'm a timid, subdued, anxious, overly self-conscious, meek wimp of a human, scared of my own shadow. There was just one problem, or issue as one might say. Just something to keep in mind as the story progresses. Remember how I said this person was like the complete opposite of me? Yeah. This good friend of mine was also a boy, and shall be known from this point on as David. And so, David, he was just kind of unpredictable and unapologetically himself. He really showed me just how exciting and easy life can be. Now, another thing about David I should probably mention is that he was quite forward and direct about how he went about things. Sometimes too direct. He didn't like to beat about the bush very much. And so, one day, well, David made it clear that he didn't really want us to be friends anymore. No, David wanted to take things to the next level. Now, first and foremost, I was flattered. Not only did someone enjoy my company enough to put up with my bizarre, quirky ways of just existing, but they were even willing to enter into something deeper and more intimate. However, this left me in a rather awkward predicament. You see, I didn't want to date David, and by no fault of his. He was a great guy. I know, it's the classic, it's me, not you. But it was true. Even though it kind of was him, you know. And in the back of my mind, I'd always feared the day would come where the words were said that would change our friendship forever. I mean, a girl and a guy having an innocent, platonic friendship. Too good to be true. But, of course, the last thing I wanted was to embarrass David or make him less confident. After all, he was one of my closest friends, and if I was going to reject him, I had to accept that our friendship might be over. And this was a difficult thing for me, because, well, at this point in my life, you see, basically, I wasn't really in the best place. And sure, a relationship would have distracted me and made me feel less lonely. But there are like so many Instagram quotes as to why that's a bad idea. And I would have still felt empty on the inside. Even though his friendship meant so much to me, I knew I had to be honest, even if it meant I'd lose him as a friend. And so, amidst much sadness and reflection, as I stared out the window on a particularly miserable morning, sipping on a steaming cup of tea and nibbling away on a peanut butter chocolate chip cookie, I wrote Your Summery Rays. So, if there's a moral here, of any kind, I think it would be to just stay true to yourself as best you can. If you just don't like someone that way, don't be afraid to be honest about it. And if you really like someone and want to ask them out, good on you, and I wish you best of luck. And if you're like me and generally choose to keep a safer distance away from the people you like and just admire them from afar, you can do that too. Oh, and to finish the story, David actually handled the news really well. Well, you know, as well as you can handle rejection anyway. And as of right now, we do still keep in contact and hang out from time to time. Thanks for watching.